When my wife and I bought this house, about this time, 7 years ago, this part of the yard had nothing growing in it. It was just plain grass all the way through. This side of the yard had nothing growing in it. Nothing at all. And the next spring, we decided that we would put some trees into the yard. And we had this, what you see here is a peach tree. And around the other side, we have an apple tree. This apple tree was so small, it fit in my Honda Civic. I laid it down in the front seat with the trunk and branches reclining back in the passenger seat and drove it home. When we got ready to plant these trees, I pulled this plant out and half the root ball fell off this peach tree. The roots were only half left. And this yard has a sprinkler system in it that keeps the grass nice and green. It comes on every 2 days. But what I noticed was that the tree was not getting enough water. In fact, the main stalk or trunk of the peach tree died, and this came up out of the roots of that tree. So what I did to save these trees was every day or two, I would bring a 5-gallon bucket of water out, and I would pour it down around the roots of the tree. The sprinklers were good for keeping the grass nice and green because of their superficial watering. However, the trees could not put down roots in this rocky soil unless the water was applied directly to the roots and allowed for it to soak down and draw the roots down deeper into the earth. That was in the spring of 2019 when these trees were put in here, and they have grown, as you can see, and they have produced abundant crops of both apples and peaches. The reason I point this out is because in the Christian life, we're supposed to be putting down deep roots. Colossians 2, 6, and 7 says, "Just as you have received Christ, so walk in him, being rooted and built up by faith." You can't have a tree with a deep root system with only a superficial watering that's good for grass. It takes an abundant amount of water to soak down and go down deep around the roots. The same is true with the Christian life. You cannot put down deep roots if all you have is superficial preaching week after week, where the preacher or the speaker does not dig deep down into the Word of God and bring out the meat that's there. And if all you're doing is drinking the milk and eating the milk, you're never going to have a deep, abiding walk with Christ. So let me encourage you, as you think about these trees, you reflect on Colossians 2, 6, and 7, and put down deep roots in your Christian life and learn to walk with Jesus.